Black Box Radio. This is the FiTT. We got FiTT Wellness in the house, Twin, and I'm Queen of B from Black Box Radio. We gonna power up.
I never know which way to do it.
No, we powered up. Whatever, we powered. It's all good. We powered up. You never know which way to go. It's all good. So, everybody's familiar with you, but talk to the people. Talk about Fit Tribe. Talk about yourself. Let's do it. Introduce you.
Introduce me. Hi.
Okay.
My name is Amadi, aka the Belly Therapist, founder of FiTT Wellness, where my mission is to motivate, educate, and empower women of color to unleash their inner warrior by maintaining healthy lifestyles. I help women celebrate their bodies while healing their bellies.
Ooh.
Well, what does all that mean?
Yes.
That's fancy for I'm a personal trainer, certified. I do core healing for moms, postpartum, and I do a lot of nutritional consultations and holistic. I'm a holistic healing advocate. So even if you hire me as a personal trainer, the first half hour might just be us sitting and talking and you releasing some trauma or pain or whatever it is you need. So I basically take a holistic approach to supporting women in their healing journey.
So you're really a therapist.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I support people virtually and in person. So I have clients, they come here to my home and I also serve them virtually.
I love that. So this is the CHoPuP. We're at the end of 2020. It has been a different year, sis. Real talk. It has been a year of a lot of adjusting. We've had a lot of loss this year as a human race, just in the U.S. and the world per se. We've had a contagion around us most of the whole time, COVID-19. Our families have been realigned, schooling, the way that we shop, the way that we communicate, the way that we
interact.
Everything has changed in 2020. 2020. It has been, I don't know. I would say the season of adjustments. So we're about to, this is the 23rd. So we are actually 2 days from Christmas. I'll be remiss to not say my father was born on this day. He's now deceased, but I miss him and I wanted to kind of give an ode to him. And today would be his birthday.
Aww.
Yeah, December 23rd. I just thought of that, and happy birthday, Da. So I miss him, but he gave me all I got.
You were close?
Yeah, we were really close. He died very early, right after I graduated from Morgan, the same year. So it's been a while, but you never forget your dad. You never forget your dad. But anyway, we don't want to be sad. We want to talk on good things. 2020, what has it been for you?
I would say it's probably one of my favorite years in my entire 43 years of existing in this life.
Love it.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. I love it. Expound.
Yeah. I set out a few goals in November, December of the previous year, 2019. And I literally, and then let me go back even further. A year before that, 2018, I set out for some goals. So a combination of those from 2018 and those from a year ago, 2019, I actually accomplished all this year because of the pandemic, in part because of the pandemic. Wow. So yeah, I you know, I'm a list person. I make lists.
Yes.
I check them off or I delete it or, you know, whatever it is, you know, it's done, right? And yeah, I mean, stuff, I had stuff crossed off lists that weren't even on the list.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I worked my butt off from January until August. I mean, sometimes I would work 10 hours a day. Sometimes, I mean,
For August.
yeah. And in a specific kind of way because I was in a women's business program. I was in a extensive program so that now I can now call myself the belly therapist, learning a certain technique in order to heal women in a very specific way. I took a couple of classes outside of business just for personal development. I grew my business in multiple ways. I had to adjust to the way that I was providing service. So, you know, canceling that gym membership and now moving to online to you know, accommodate people. Opening my home. I moved. I have a new home now. I'm engaged, you know.
Wow, you didn't tell anybody that. That was a secret.
I wouldn't say a secret, just, you know, I'm a very private person.
Okay.
Um,
Well, you sure ain't today, damn it.
huh?
Well, you sure ain't today, damn it.
Well, with a recap of 2020,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just I've always sought out mentors, and I finally have some really awesome mentors, and to show my gratitude to the universe for sending them to me, I also now mentor a couple of people, you know. So I get, and then I give it right to someone else who reminds me of me when I was like, where I need somebody to help. So I'm like, look, no, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna be that person. I'm gonna be what I need in my life.
I
So
agree. I've been one of them.
yes.
I'm a mentee guy.
So yeah, I think now there have been many challenges this year. And I wouldn't change anything. I don't regret anything. It's made me not necessarily just stronger, but more um, insightful, more strategic, more efficient. You
Mm.
know, when you kind of hit a wall and you're like, you know, like for example, something like discount codes on my website. I could not get that discount code thing to work for 2 weeks. I'm like, oh my God, like literally, it was like killing me. And then one day I just got on and I was very calm and I took a deep breath and then I looked at the page and I'm like, oh, I gotta go here. And it worked. I just took a deep breath and I just like released.
Did you
Sometimes
say
we feel
breath
like,
again?
yeah, we feel like we
Say
got
breath again. Did you say breath? Did you say it?
yes.
If anybody knows the Fit Twins, every time we talk about what?
Big news.
No breath. So here we go. So you took a deep breath and here it came.
Yeah, the answer was standing right in front of me for the past 2 weeks, but I ignored it, hidden in plain sight.
It's that breath. Real talk. Yeah, so you know, it's like a reset. You look at things, you breathe, and then things get clearer.
Sometimes you gotta let go in order to, you know, you have to release. Like you can't receive if your hands are clenched up like this.
Mm.
You have to release in order to receive sometimes.
A closed hand receives nothing.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, how was it for you?
You blew my mind with that best year of your 43 years. You bust me open with that one. I'm trying to get over. I gotta breathe over here to get it together. So yeah, but I mean, 2020. What I will say is in 2019, I kind of stepped out of my my zone of what I would say normalcy and my standard life and created Black Box Radio. And 2020 has been like a artist that has a sketch, and you just keep sketching and you keep creating and you keep scaling and you keep building out. When it comes to Black Box Radio, that's what 2020 has been for me. The time that we've had to actually slow down, and because we had to, the quarantine and all of that, has really I really accessed my creative juices. And also it slowed life down, so I would focus more on the juice and the creativity, because a lot of times you can be creative but you got so much shit going on. You know what I'm saying? You you like it passes you by, but I've had time to listen to the voice. The voice is there a lot of times. We just don't have the time to listen to it because we're on the move. You
Yeah.
know, we in a society that we running after that bag. We're doing this. We got our children. We got our stuff we want to do, and you forget the stuff that's inside of you sometimes, and how that needs to flower just like your life. 2020 has allowed me to water that seed inside, and I've been able to kind of manifest that seed. Sometimes too much. And my creative juices are they're a little out of control. Um, but I'm very grateful for 2020 in a lot of ways, because I read something today. If 2020 did not enact your hustle, then you ain't got nothing in you. That's real talk right there. If 2020 didn't make you hustle, then you just need to work. Real talk.
That's a good point.
It's a good point. I read that and I was like, that is true. 2020, may I don't care if you're working, you still had to augment that. There's been some augmentation to everything in your life. This is the year of change.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
reset is the truth. It is like you've had to reset.
And I know a lot of people, I know some people that, they had like a side hustle and now they had to bring that to the forefront because of their full-time employment kind of changed.
Exactly.
And a lot of them are, older than me, and they're like, oh my God, I don't want to have to do this online. I say, you better adjust. You better get over that, because the business that does not adjust with the times will not succeed
all day.
Or more, the chances of it succeeding will, go down. But
exactly,
you gotta adjust with the times.
Exactly, and I had to swallow that too, and hone into technology, and get more technical, efficient. Because if you want to have a viable business right now, you have to use social media. You have to kind of
have an email list.
You got to be on the computer. It's no way. And I think I think Rona has actually steered us more. It's been for the techno folk, they've steered us more into it because you don't have a choice. I mean, every meeting, every people birthdays, funerals, everything. Funerals are online. Yes. You didn't know that? Yes. People had the whole funeral online. Yes.
I heard of that. I mean, it makes sense, but it didn't even dawn on me.
Exactly. If you could go back, and actually it's kind of maybe cathartic or maybe therapeutic, because sometimes you can go back to that funeral and kind of visit your memory, but yeah, now funerals are online. Everything that we've done in more of a intimate setting, like coming together, has been thrown up and changed. And it's very, what I will say is 10 years from now, I'm gonna say I lived through 2020. I hope, if God bless me, because it is something that, of course, we're going to move on, but I don't think we'll never forget it.
Oh no,
it's life changing.
No. Yeah, I mean, when you start seeing billboards and commercials and even some acting, like movies or whatever, magazines where people have masks on,
Yeah.
To me, I feel like, okay, it's either not going to go nowhere, no time soon, or, you know, the remnants of it are going to trail or, you know, follow us for a while. I don't know. But yeah, 2020 will never forget it. And I'm not saying just because this was my favorite year doesn't mean I didn't have any difficulties or challenges. I had a lot of challenges. I did a lot of healing, which is snotty and, you know, messy and uncomfortable and,
Yes.
you know, isolating and heavy, but it's great. I'm good.
That's good. I mean, because I think half of the battle in this thing is mindset.
Oh,
And
100%. Everything. Life is mindset. Everything is mindset.
evidently, that's true. That is true. And when you're going through something like this, where it changes your whole movement and the way that you usually move, you gotta explain it to yourself in a positive way. And a lot of things goes crazy because of the way we explain it to ourselves, we make it negative. And I've had to say, listen, we got to do it this way so we can be successful. And I think as we move towards the technical age, it's going to make everything more successful because you already have yourself.
Made that adjustment.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So in a lot of ways, like I said, I'm grateful. I'm learning a lot of things. It's almost like being in school in your life. You know, it's like you continue. It's like I think I just graduated elementary school because in my in my life, because in this new technical life, I would say, because I'm just learning so much, and I don't know. I'm like I said, very grateful. Hoping to expand and do greater things. Um, I hope we can do some next year because you know we got to talk about our next moves. Real talk. I hope we could do some classes with Black women or women outside or inside, whatever. But we
Yeah,
come together and move.
that would be great.
That would be amazing because I hear people say, "Well, you know, I don't know, I don't want to go to the gym or I don't want to listen. Let's do something outside and interactive."
I'm in.
Yeah, I know. We talked about it, so I think I'm really looking forward to that because I feel like I haven't. You know, I'm watching you give me the quad every day. You know, you send me the quad.
The quad.
I call it the quad. Amadi's quad. That's you in fours.
Oh, the quadrants. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I call it.
Today. Yep.
Yeah, you send me the quad and you're doing different exercises, and I'm like, dang, this is my daggone exercise queen right here. So that's what's up.
Yeah, you need to come on.
Ah, I would love to. You know, I told you. Listen, we're gonna do that.
You can turn your camera off. Some of the women turn their camera off and put it on mute, and they do their workout behind closed camera and door.
Yep, yep. Just you know, but I was telling you, just like you, I need room. You know, like you said, you need to move to develop some things, and you got more like kitchen space. Remember you were telling me that?
Yeah.
I need to do some so I can move, so I can do some of these movements. I need some more room. That's really what it is. This is a studio. It's not a lot of room here. Do the
So you can either do the furniture or you can really go through some of your stuff and figure out what you really don't need and get rid of it and open up the space.
don't need none of this. Need all of it. I like all that. You look. It's like you in a museum over there, Joe. Shit.
The museum. But this
Yeah,
is so I stand here, and this is where I teach my classes. And
I
this is
love
where I
it.
train clients that come see me. So I've literally turned my living room into a studio. So my furniture moves. So I have a chair here, another matching one here. When I'm done with our interview, I'll put that back over there. I haven't gotten a sofa yet. I kind of like it without a sofa, but
I like it without a sofa. I love that space there. That space is nice. I really, really like it. It seems so I don't know, it's cultural, it's open, it's all of that.
yeah,
It's museum-ish. I love it.
it is kind of museum. Well, you got to come over one day.
All day. You know it. You cook dinner. I'm there.
So I'll cook dinner. I love cooking dinner. I ain't cooking dinner tonight, but so what is the next step or next few steps for Black Box Radio?
Black Box Radio. What we doing next? Well, we're gonna the New Year's coming. So we gotta talk about, we about to get this new president. 120. So, we're more of a news, we do a lot of newsy stuff too. So we're gonna talk about that. We got the power play coming in with these with Black women who I've had a panel with before. So
Okay.
we're gonna come together on 1/21/21.
Okay.
And then February is Black History Month. So we Black up, sis.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna come out with a lot, try to do a lot of things Black History Month, and then we're just gonna keep creating. That's really what it is. And I want to do events when COVID gives us the grace that we can interact again and be outside. Part of what we do is make events, and so that's a stream of income that keeps us viable. The mic is free, the income comes from the events. So develop some of those and keep doing things with my partners. We got to blow the FiTT twins up, continue that.
Mm-hmm.
And get creative in how we interact also. And I know we're going to have some bomb guests next year.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's on and popping. I know our guest is going to be on point. So I'm really looking forward to the guests that we're going to have and the information we're going to give to the people. And I'm developing some social initiatives too, to partner with Black Box and do some things with some young people here in Baltimore, and teach some great skills and let them teach me too, and interacting with the community is where I'm at. So that's my scale.
Wonderful.
What about the tribe? What the tribe doing, Shawty?
Tribe. The tribe, I think that the tribe will start to form partnerships around the country with organizations that serve and support the same populations that I do. There are a lot of organizations that support pregnant women and moms after they, had their children, either right after or 5 years later, but they don't have a whole lot of postpartum services. And what I do is considered postpartum. And so a couple of organizations have actually reached out to me already. One of them is here in Baltimore called the Bloom Collective, and they help support pregnant women and moms postpartum with breastfeeding, childbirth education classes, mental health classes, prenatal yoga, all kinds of things. And so I'm the part of the postpartum service. So we have a group starting January 2nd. And then a good friend of mine who's in Detroit, she started the Detroit Mama Hub. We're going to partner up, and I'm going to do some work with the women in Detroit. And so it's, Good Tribe Wellness, belly therapy is kind of moving across to the west, up north to the west. So I see more partnerships forging. And I think that's kind of what I want to focus on. I think I want to focus, I want to work with individuals also, but I want to work with organizations because they already have a membership base or like a clientele. And a lot of times these organizations might have grants, and these grants can help provide financial assistance to the women who might not be able to afford some of the services. And so if a woman needs a service but she can't afford it and there's no support, chances are she won't move forward with getting the service that she needs. And so one of the benefits to work with organizations that have grants is that won't be the case. So, you know, the grant could, you know, take up some of the slack so that the woman can receive the services. So I'm excited about that, and just
Sounds exciting.
keeping on um, educating women and serving women and helping them show up as the better, you know, the better version of themselves.
Excellent. I mean, that sounds quite amazing.
Yeah.
And having access to memberships and things like that, it makes you build. You don't have to build as hard.
Yeah.
You show up whole with your program intact and just access their membership. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm just a little tired. So normally I'm, you know, but I'm a little tired. But yeah,
I
I'm
don't
good.
get tired. What's going on with you? I worked today.
You
I
work?
I worked. I went in today. They got every dollar off me today. They dust me out like a dust shot.
Working a paycheck?
Paycheck. So let me listen. I left here at 7 something, and I just got in. And I left here with my lights on in my car, and I came back with my lights.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, they worked they worked every speck of dust off me today. I'm telling this is this is not. And you know what? Really, honestly, I feel like I lost a day. And this is something, you know, as a professional, I was doing every day.
Mm,
Sometimes 2 jobs, contracts at
mm.
work from morning to night, every day on call. And it was regular. I went in today and now I felt like I just lost a whole week.
It hit you differently, didn't it?
And oh my gosh, I cannot. I'm saying to myself, no, that's not for me. And and it sounds crass. It sounds, but I'm honestly saying I'd rather be in a state where I don't have a lot than to give all my greatness to a employment all day.
Yeah.
Not 8 to 9 out. Nah, that one is hard to swallow. And I'm so blessed to be employed. This is not no knock against employment. I understand if you're employed, listen, we got to take care of our things, but
Yeah.
I'm willing to sacrifice these things
Yeah.
to build something. Whereas when I get up in the morning, I'm excited to go. I did not want to go. And while I was there, they beat the dust off me, like I'm saying. COVID-19 is killing us. The
Mm.
medical field, whoo, COVID-19 is unbelievable. I'm telling you, I was there for 6 hours and we collected 90 samples, 80 samples.
Whoa.
Whoa. I'm just one person.
You work in the lab?
I do.
So you are one of those people that processes lab work and give like you'll do a test to see if someone has diabetes or something wrong with their thyroid
There you
or.
go. You got it.
Yeah, I might need some lab work. Can I get a hookup?
What you mean hook up?
I need
I
a
need
hookup.
to hook up.
On my blood.
Yeah, so you know, we do the blood game. We do that human blood game. But I was just like, man. But anyway, my thought was to say is the genius of humans are what capitalism does is it sets up these institutions and we take ourselves there and give everything to that. And in turn, they tell us benefits, hourly pay, maybe 401k, 401k, the investment part of it that they actually play with and control too in the stock market. And we buy into that. And not that it's bad, please. It's not, I'm saying it's bad. I'm saying that I don't think I can participate.
So what you gonna do?
I don't know. Well, what I'm gonna do? Do you see that card sitting right there? What does it
Box radio.
say? That's what it says. And so I have to develop that and to something that I smile every morning to go sit in and keep developing. If you want different in your life, family, you have to make it happen.
And sometimes that means you gotta do something different.
There's not a job out here that's going to develop you. The job develops itself and you give it your genius. But if you want to develop you, you got to develop you. You have to invest in you. And it's nothing wrong with working, and I will continue to work. I am employed. But today was an eye opener because I work on weekends. You know, I don't work in a week. So I picked up a shift.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, working for yourself, small business ownership is not easy. And I've heard in 2020, I mean, by the way that I've, you know, stuff that I've seen and heard, you would think, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the year where the most businesses were filed, like, you know, started. Everybody has their own business. Everybody wants to do this. Everybody wants to do that. I have, you know, family members that, you know, start their own business. And I'm like, you sure? You know, I know you don't want to be.
You can just start it. Yeah. Are you sure?
Are you sure? Because like this ain't, you know.
This is not for the faint heart. Owning your own business is not for the scared. You can't be you can't have fear. You have to be able to take
you gotta your own way, and you gotta, like you were saying, you have to invest in yourself. A lot of people will see that they want to start a business, but they don't want to further their education. And I'm like, no, that's how you stay ahead of the competition.
Exactly.
Like, I'm about to, you know, take another certification. So I'm adding on to the belly therapy. I'm gonna take another certification, and I'm reading this book, and then I'm gonna take that class. Like, I'm always gonna grow. And that's just the knowledge in terms of the meat of the veggie meat of the business.
Yeah.
But then there's customer service, and there's the financial piece, and there's the social media, and then you know, there's so many things involved.
Yes.
Owning your own business. A lot of people throw that around like, yeah, I got my own business. Okay.
I got my own business.
You file taxes? Is it you got business insurance? You got a business bank account?
You better say it, sis.
You know, do you have an account?
A BBA, business bank account, Shawty.
There we go.
That BBA is important. Are you filing taxes?
Right.
With that business? Can you go and sit to the SBA and talk about viable investment into your business? Because
what is your mission statement? Tell me. What's your pitch? What is the pitch? Let me hear
the pitch. You gotta have all of that. And so, but it's a process and you will learn it. But to say, oh, I got my own business and you still working 40 hours, that's a great thing. But to get out of that 40 and to really work into your own business, that's where shit hits the fan. You know?
You learn a lot about yourself that you probably didn't know.
Whoa.
You know?
I'm telling you. And self-actualization, if you don't have none, go to work. If
you're not a self-starter, if you don't motivate yourself, if you are used to, you know, not taking orders, I don't want to say it that way, but if you're used to receiving
instructions,
because that's how I used to be. When I first started, I was used to being told what to do, and then I would have no problems. I wouldn't have to guess. I know exactly what to do. He go to instructions, bam, 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 bam.
Yep.
I didn't really, that's why I was looking for a mentor. I need somebody to tell me what to do because I don't know what the hell to do. I just know how to train somebody. I know how to make them feel good. I know how to make them look good.
Yes.
All this other stuff, business bank account, what? Like marketing, what? I gotta do more than just train people? Like, I ain't signed up for all this. You gotta learn. Or you gotta have the resources to hire somebody who does.
You're gonna learn today. And most people with new businesses, there's not a lot of resources.
I mean, there's SCORE through the SBA, right?
Yeah, I need to look into them. Yep. SCORE is a great, and SCORE is retired executives who mentor you and mentor you about your business, but you have to go to the SBA. But you still got to be a viable entity. You have to have, I'm sure, an EIN number.
And that's free. That's the first step, right? One of the first steps.
But once you get that, then the state of Maryland is going to make you file taxes. So you got to be ready for that. And you need a bank account. You know, you need to get on Dun & Bradstreet. You got to do some things.
Yeah.
You know, so this is beautiful, but the back office is what you got to concentrate on,
Yeah.
and yourself. Because if you're building the business and you're still stagnant within yourself, the business is going to have a hard process growing.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm always trying to create and self-teach and go out and learn from others and utilize it to build business, and so it's not an easy thing, but it's a very satisfying thing.
It's satisfying. It's definitely possible. I think I was able to accomplish so much this year, going back to what you said, is because of that's why I was saying the pandemic allowed me to do a lot of things online now that I've been wanting to do, but also to slow down.
Yes.
Getting in the rat race and doing this and doing this and doing this.
Slow it down.
There's no way that probably a lot of people would have been able to get done this year what they did had it not been for the slowing down.
Yes.
Of our behavior patterns and our movements and, even our thoughts to a certain degree. When you slow your movements down, your thoughts kind of have to slow down with that, right? So I wouldn't have had time because I would have been driving somebody to school, picking them up from soccer, doing this and, doing that. And that slowing down helped.
And it slowed us down so we can listen to that inner bloom, that inner voice, that inner stuff. And that thing is important. And I will try my best from henceforth is to make sure it always has a platform to talk to me. You understand what I'm saying? And for it to have a platform, I have to be intentional.
Right.
And I can't be at work every day, giving them 8 to 9 hours, beating the hell out of me, sucking COVID down my throat. That's the real talk. So, I have to really look at, being free. And that freedom is developing that voice and listening to it and trusting it.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. Because sometimes we hear things that people say, something told me. That's that voice. But you don't listen. You be like, please, let me do what I'm comfortable doing. Because when you're comfortable, most of the times you're not learning.
I agree with that too.
Got to be uncomfortable.
Yep. Growth happens when there's a little bit of discomfort.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Emotionally, physically, mentally, all of that. Yep.
Most of the time when people start to lose weight, it's because the doctor told them you are in trouble. You're going to die. You're going to get diabetes. You're going to get hyper. All people are, because we're reactive.
Yes. Yes.
And the uncomfortable thing is the change.
Right.
Change your diet. Oh, no chicken box, no chicken.
Well, even before that, I'm pretty sure that the person who's pre-diabetic is uncomfortable with their weight.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they're uncomfortable with how their body looks, how they feel when they wake up or when they go to bed. I'm pretty sure that just that discomfort.
Exactly. Because even skinny diabetics are uncomfortable with how they feel. They might not be fat.
Right.
But they're not feeling well.
Right.
And one thing you can't buy, let me tell your family, is health. You got to work on her. You got to do her. You can have all the money in the world and be just as unhealthy.
This is true. And I'll tell you another thing, the older you get, more than likely, the harder it will be. It will be, the older you get, the harder it will be to change your lifestyle habits as it relates to your health. It's going to get more difficult for many reasons. One, you're set in your ways and you're comfortable. Who wants to change when they've been comfortable for the past 30, 40 years?
Yeah.
And then just breaking habits. You might be addicted to sugar. That's a really hard habit that most people don't even want to even talk about, right? Even if it's like a little scoop of this and and it lasts for a whole month, but you take
big Newton.
And it's not a judgment. I'm just saying it's hard to break. It's hard. Even if it's small amounts, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then you got and for women specifically, you have, well, men too, to a certain degree, depending on if you're stressed. But even if you're not stressed, the hormonal changes that a woman goes through at a certain age is a battle, that we don't really talk about, you know, at least in my family, none of the older women said, hey, you know, when you start hitting a certain age, you're gonna start experiencing A, B, and C or whatever, and these are your hormones and blah blah whatever. Like I didn't get that conversation, so I'm starting to see. All right, so thank God I have been eating healthy. You know, I've been a vegetarian, vegan, like kind of back and forth, raw food, like, you know, kind of experiment with so many different things for the past 21 years.
Wow.
My life. So that's my habit. So me going into old age in terms of eating healthy is probably going to be easier than 80% of the Black women in this country, which I'm, you know.
You started in your 20s, so you're almost like an old lady in this.
Yeah, I mean, I became vegetarian March 17th, 1999.
That I was eating wood.
Wood?
Anything they put in front of me with cheese on it.
Oh God.
1990. What? Are you kidding me? Chicken box, chitlins. Give it here. I'm eating it.
No,
I swear I was a garbage can in 1999, but thank God today.
And then 3 years before that is when I cut all the relaxed part of my hair off of my head. So I've been natural before I became vegetarian. So I've been natural like 20.
When I tell you, you just said it. I tell anybody, when you change this thing right here, that hair, it changes everything. When I went natural, I first had dreads. And I could slowly I was still working and doing crazy and eating crazy, but slowly that changed. Then my consciousness started to change. And then my eating started to change. It was just a natural movement, but it started with hair.
Me too.
Yeah. Getting that perm off that brain.
And I remember I had a friend of mine, she double twisted my hair. Maybe like this long. And half of it was straight.
Wow. From the perm.
Yep. And I had a kitty perm. I had like a PCJ or something like that because the other stuff was too harsh.
Yep.
Then I cut the straight part off. So I had these little
You had what I got.
Yeah. And I went out in public and I just felt so like naked. I felt so like, you know, like uncomfortable. I felt very uncomfortable. Not that I thought it looked bad, but I just wasn't used to it. You know? So, but that didn't last very long. That didn't last very long.
But we're acculturated like that, like hair, you know, because we come from acculturation of Europeans. Long hair, straight, you know, that is beauty. It is not. It is something that's been contrived. I'm not saying it's not beautiful. I'm saying it's not beauty for people who hair grows in coils. Yeah. If your hair grows in a coil, it's not naturally straight. So get over it. And so when, you know, I just think that natural hair is the natural movement to a natural lifestyle.
And I have seen a lot more people with natural hair.
Yeah, it is definitely a thing now.
I mean, when I had locks twice.
Nobody had, a little bit of people had locks when I started. Not a lot, but.
I mean, when I had locks, there were no locticians.
Wow.
So I'm like, you go to somebody and you pay them how much to do what to your hair? I said, if you don't come over here and give me that money, I swear. Like,
my own hair a few times.
I'm not locking locticians. Do you, boo? Do you? I'm just saying, like, it ain't nothing for me to like wash my hair and twist it. Bam.
Bam.
Free 99.
Playing in my hair right now. And I don't know, with this natural hair, you just play in it. It's yours. You just, I always got my hand in it. Love it.
Yeah.
And my mom hates my hair, Marty.
Why?
Oh my gosh. She said, you look nice, but what is going on with your hair? She tells me that all the time.
Well, how was hers?
Damn my hair. Because she's 80 and she's been taught about perms, and that's her. She's been acculturated in that look. And my hair stand up on my head, and I love it. Mm. You know, sometimes I don't even worry about no hair anymore. I just get up, Dun-dun-dun. And
Yeah.
we're moving on, you know, because I love my natural hair. It's mine. I walk into professional environments and I know they're like, but I don't care. It's mine. But my mom hates it.
Well, my mom, I think it was the second time I had locks. She decided to lock hers.
Really?
Yep. So she grew hers all the way down past her butt. Like if she didn't move her
Whoa.
hair, she would sit on her locks. And
Whoa.
my aunt, her younger sister, I started her locks in 2006. I can't remember. It might have been 1990. I don't even know. It's been 20 years. And she actually came over a couple weeks ago and still has them.
The same lots.
Yep.
Whoa.
She trims them, but yep, she's had the same locks for like 20 plus years.
Do you know that those locks that I cut out, I still have?
Really?
And they're viable enough. I can sew them in my hair and they will reattach.
Well, you know what? Make
That's how
space.
amazing our hair is.
Make space. Throw them things out. You got some extra room for some workout classes.
I clean them up and they are in a bag and I look at them sometimes, but they are viable. It's amazing that hair has been there for about 12, 15 years, 12 years.
How long are they?
They're about this long.
Nice.
And I can put them in my hair.
Why'd you cut them?
Because first of all, I was balding in the middle because of being unhealthy. And I had to do a lot of things with my diet to make my hair grow in the middle. And then I was just tired of them. And everybody had locks then. That's when locks was starting to pop. Once mine got long, everybody was getting locks. I was like, oh, and I don't know what this thing is that we had to be so different. You know,
I'm the same way.
Huh?
I'm the same way.
And we got to be so different, but more or less we all the same. And because we all had the same curly hair. We just do different stuff with it. But I just didn't want them anymore. And I don't want final. I want my hair to be free. I want it to be energy. You know, I want it to be able to, today it wants to fall this way with the sun, or I want to fall that way. I want it to do whatever it wants to do. And so I just didn't want anything final. I don't even think I'm going to let it get long. If it do, it'd be a bush. That's why I love your bush, because I want Angela Davis over Cher.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it grow. Talk about Angela Davis. Look.
Excellent. I love it. Yeah, there you go. If I get that, I'm gonna walk in like this. She's a bad lady. And what you know what I like about Angela Davis is?
What?
She's been Angela Davis since the beginning. Like it took me a while to get here. She was there in college. She's always been Angela Davis with that fro. And she still is Angela Davis. And bad and smart and powerful and Black. That's what I love about her.
Yeah.
It takes some of us so long to you know, kind of walk into ourselves.
Why do you think that is?
I think our acculturation. We fall for the okie doke as if we have to assimilate into this society where there's no placement. Every place that a Black person sits in, they've created it. Because there's no place for you. You got to create it. You got to kick in the door. You have to change the norm. You have to be seen, or you will be ignored. It's not built for you. So within that's why we love weaves. And I hear the sisters say, "Oh, I just want to change it up." You don't see no white folks putting no Afro puffs in their hair. You don't see, they don't do no change ups. They're not doing they're not doing the stuff we're doing. You don't see them go from blonde to Black every day. The next day they're green. What is all of that? That's us. And there's nothing wrong with being creative. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we got to embody and love this coil Black hair that grows out of our head. It is the most creative thing in the world. And there's nothing wrong with coloring it. Color it. Do what you want to do with it, but embody and love it. That's all I say. And I don't think we love our hair yet.
I think there's a lot that we as a people don't love about ourselves, but I think that is actually 2020, a lot of people woke up. A lot of the planet woke up to a lot of what you said, and even a bit deeper on a spiritual level. I think a lot of people are starting to actually see the matrix. I think a lot of people are starting to feel the matrix. I think a lot of people are becoming fed up with the matrix. You know, I've seen, you know, what is it, 1984? Or was it 1983? Anyway, one of those, 1984, I think. And you know, we've all seen the Matrix. Like all these movies that kind of predict where we're going or how this society is structured. And you know, people are waking up. People are Black, white, Indian, Asian, African, everything. Everybody, people are waking up.
I don't think it's just a Black thing. I think even white people are looking at themselves. I think Indian people, I think Spanish people, we all are doing self-examination and looking at the culture in which we are living in and seeing like what is really going on here. Because I think we all fall for the okie doke in some way.
Yep, I agree with that. I think we've all fallen for it in some way at some point in our life. And I can feel the consciousness rising. I can feel that more people are questioning, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense.
I know.
Wait, why? I don't understand. Like, let me give you an example. All right, I went to the bank today.
Okay.
We had to wait in the lobby so one person at a time can be serviced at the cashier.
At the teller. Right? Wow.
No problem. Okay, no problem. So then it was my turn. I went up. The lady behind the window, hi, how can I help you? I was like, I need a deposit slip and a pen. She doesn't have gloves on. She has a mask on, of course. She's like doing this with the hand sanitizer, right? She takes the hand sanitizer bottle, pushes the pen with the bottle so that I can pick it up. And I'm like, okay. Now, when I give her cash and my driver's license that clearly I'm touching, she reaches out and grabs it with her hand.
All day.
But she didn't want to touch the pen. The money is dirtier, honey.
All day.
My driver's license could potentially be dirtier than that pen you probably just wiped off. But it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But she probably wasn't aware that that doesn't make sense. This is a small thing. Now we like magnify it into something bigger with millions of people listening and following. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
If you are required to wear a mask because certain government officials, medical and technological, say that this is a contagious virus, we're gonna forget that that's debatable. We'll put that to the side. Let's just say we all agree with that, right? Mm-hmm. So when you go into a restaurant and it's time for you to eat, is it no longer not contagious while you're eating because you have to take your mask off and you're all breathing in the same air? So it's contagious here, but not here.
Thank you.
That doesn't make sense to me.
To the point where they're eating outside and then they cover the outside. So it's an outside entity with like a tent for you to eat into. I'm like, so what did you do? Do you understand how mindset is? Because we have to have something. We got to continue to make this money. So we make ourselves make things make sense. Like I'll touch the money, but I'm not going to touch the pen. That don't make no sense.
That make no sense. I mean, and she was adamant, like she was not going to touch that pen. And I'm like, okay, no problem. But she was like, all right, I'll take the money. And I'm like, okay. I don't know. It's just, I think a lot of times people, on the one hand, they just, going back to what you said, they just follow directions.
Yeah.
Some people are great at following directions and not questioning them.
And especially when you take money every day. So money is something that's not a big deal to you anymore because that's what you do. You count it, you move it. So taking the money is what you do. So you forget that that can be contagious because the contagion attaches to everything. Money, hair, air. Contagions don't just stop. They don't just chill.
Yeah, I could have sneezed on that money before I came in.
All day.
No.
Exactly.
You've been with that pen all week. You've been with that pen all morning at least. Like, you know what the life of the pen is, you know?
And
Anyway.
that is particularly why the contagion is so it's so predatory, because we're hosting it because we're not thinking. We're just doing and trying to continue our everyday life around something that's built to kill. That's just like walking into a place with a mass murderer and standing him, watch him murder and act like he's not gonna murder you. He's built to kill. You get what I'm saying? And because we're so spoiled and we're so, I don't know, we're spoiled, we're programmed. And not only that, our society is built on us working and buying into the stuff, that society, the fluff of it. Like Christmas is fluff. Or everything that we're doing is fluff to spend money. They make this shit up. Christianity is the only freaking prophet like Jesus that has a birthday that people celebrate. You get what I'm saying?
Which is not December 25th.
But that's what I'm saying. But what other prophet like Muhammad and that have birthdays?
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, we don't.
What birthdays do they have? This is all European foolishness that they've created and contrived, so you can spend that cash. So we have to do that. So the working is for that. I had a young lady say to me that I was being mean because I said, you should tell them that 2-year-old and that 1-year-old ain't no such thing as no Santa Claus. That's mean.
That's lovely.
No, it's mean that we lie. We've been lied to, and we continue to lie. That's what's mean.
What I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is what you were suggesting is love.
Yeah, she's telling me that's mean, but that's how we flip the understanding of truth. And when something is marketed to you for over 200 to 300 years one way, it's hard for you to flip it. But we got to tell the truth. And this money we're spending for Christmas is asinine. This money we spend for Valentine's Day is foolish. You love that same person every freaking day.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into preaching, but we got to change. And when the contagion goes forward because we want to stay the same, and we're hosting it.
Right.
We want to go out. We want to go out to eat. We want to hug, kiss, turn up. We can't stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we stopped, it can't be hosted. It is simple as that. It needs a host. We're hosting it in our own selfish natures.
Yep.
And that's just it. And so we got to do better when it comes to everything. We got to take this. 2020 should have been a reflection for us to get away from this stuff. Well,
with people that have seen a dramatic decrease in their income, I don't see how it could be difficult.
They're buying Christmas gifts. I promise you that. They're buying Christmas gifts. I promise you. And then around this Christmas, they make everything higher. Travel, gas. They fleece you.
I got a priest.
Go ahead.
$15 every 2 weeks. Fill up my gas tank.
Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
I go to the gas station twice a month, and I spend maybe, depending on if the gas is already in there, between $13 and $15 to fill it up.
That's what's up. That's what we have to get to. We got and also move around without cars all the damn time.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to look at the society that was built for us and access it the way that we are built. We want to access how it was built. But you ain't built that way.
This is
and
true.
And
our food is included. We are not built to consume certain foods. I think no human is built to consume some of the foods that we eat and some of the ingredients in the food.
Okay.
Which is why we have eczema, which is why we have diabetes. Yep. I mean, all of these diseases and symptoms
derived from
are
food.
Not natural.
Yes.
They are common, but they're not natural. If we're eating natural plants, whole foods,
You're not getting no eczema.
You're not getting Nathan.
You're not getting no rash.
No.
No. But we want to eat whatever is put in front of us, and they put the sugar on it. We love it.
Sugar, the cheese. I used to love cheese.
I'm not a cheese person.
I don't eat that much because I, break out in acne really bad when I eat cheese. I don't, it's kind of easy for me to no. Yeah. But yeah, I love sugar too.
Me too.
But we gotta do better. But it's hard to do better. It's hard to do better when you're depressed. It's hard to do better when you have a lot of kids and they're schooling online and you're trying to work from home and trying to help them. Yeah. It's hard when you don't have a lot of money and this is cheaper than this over here. It's hard to do better when you don't have a lot of support for yourself, whether it's family or friend. It's hard. And now we're isolated, like I said, the way we're communicating and interacting with each other is a lot different. So, it's easy to feel alone in this situation, and it's easy to get depressed and down and out and to get a lot of self-pity. Like I've experienced all of these things that I'm talking about. And it's, the deeper we go into this abyss of, not feeling good, it's harder to get ourselves out of it, So my contribution to the planet is what I do for a living.
There is so many ancillary factors to keep you in that place, in that space. And that's set up in a lot of ways because they know if you keep the chaos, it's hard to come out the barrel.
Yep.
So but you have to be intentional about change.
Yeah.
And find ways to change and look at other people. And listen, you better tune into them FiTT twins because we're going to give you some tools.
That's right.
We're going to give you some tools to change this thing because we can't keep falling for this okie doke.
No.
We're talking to the sisters.
Yeah.
And the brothers. We're talking to everybody. But,
Yeah, sisters, if you're in this and you need to talk to somebody or you need to figure out what to do to change your life, I do free consultations. You just go to my website and book a 30-minute free consultation and we can talk it out.
What's your website?
FiTTribewellness.com.
See, y'all, that was business right there. She plugged her.
Oh, that was my heart.
I'm just saying, but I was telling people that's how you have to do. You have to find a way. So your heart and your business, all of that is together. And get people.
One thing you said, it made me think. Even for me, sometimes, which is why I back away from the social media. Like I'll post, and I might look for like a couple of minutes, but I don't really stay on social media that much. Is because I noticed this year, I started not feeling good after I got off social media because I was comparing myself to other people. I'm like, wow, this person has done this much and I've only done this. And we're not even in the same industry. And I'm just feeling all low and inadequate. And then I noticed like, okay, if I stay off social media and if I don't use my phone too much, I'm like in a better mood. I noticed it with my children. Like if I take their phones and their devices, they're mad for like the first 5 or 10 minutes, but then everybody like playing and actually interacting with each other, which is what's supposed to happen. So I would just recommend maybe stepping away from social media, which can be hard because that's addictive too. What? Eating your sugar while you're on social media is heaven.
That's right. That is true. Social media, before Black Box, I didn't do social media. I don't have any private pages or anything. But this social media game, it is whoever thought of it. I'm telling you.
Well, it was white men.
Of course.
Asocial and probably asexual white men.
Yeah. And they put a capitalistic spin on it. Because I was telling someone, they was like, well, I didn't get your stuff. I'm like, listen, Facebook and these algorithms are built just like capitalism. If you don't feed into it, it don't feed your information. So it has to make money. You got to service it for it to service you.
Yeah.
So it tells me who makes it because you only set up things the way you are. You might say, people say, I'm not a racist. Oh, you're not, but let me look at your actions. Let me see how you live. Let me see your environment. because what you do is most of the times what you are. What you say is what you're doing for other people. You want to look good. But what you do is what you are. And when you look at these algorithms, you have to put in. They have to make some money off you. You have to participate, or they don't show your stuff. And if they don't like you, they put you in jail. It's just like capitalism. So if you say something wrong, you go to Facebook jail. If you don't participate, they don't move your shit. It is all contrived foolishness.
Yeah.
And the billionaires that make money off it are all white men. The Zuckies, the Twitter boys,
Yeah.
you know, Bill Gates and the crew. They all are making money off of our addictions, and they control information. And when you control information, you control society. Huh?
They control it, they trade it, they sell it, they buy it. I recently saw a video, very disturbing, on Instagram that as of December 20th, their, I guess their privacy policies have changed. And it's very, very, very disturbing. Like, if I didn't have a business,
you would leave.
I would deactivate my account and delete everything. Like I'm actually considering getting a separate phone just for social media. No contacts on there, no text messaging. It's strictly for social media, because they are saying if you use Instagram, you automatically agree that they can log into your phone and have access to whatever's in your phone, including contacts, including devices in your household close by, including GPS and where you are at that moment. Wow. Like access to like everything, basically.
That's why it was created, to have access to people's lives. Even if you get another phone, it has to hit their polls. They will find you.
Yeah.
They have every access. That is why it's created. Even when you look at money, they're going to take money out of society and it's going to be digital. You're not going to be able to put no money under your for later, because they're going to have to. It's going to be digital, so they're going to see every piece that you have.
Track it. Yep. Because you see those signs now that say coin shortage. Yeah, right.
It's no coin shortage. They're making it short.
They're making it short.
They're making it short. And we have to be clear about what's going on around us, and that these same people control everything that we do. And they sit and they have enough resources to do it. If you control information, you control society.
If you control information, if you control the food, if you control the banks.
Money, banks, and yeah, that's it. Money, information, and then what you consume, which is food. You got a society there. And that's what we see in this acculturated society we live in, this capitalistic movement. And we're getting entertained from it, so we don't understand in a lot of ways. But that entertainment has consequences.
Yeah.
And it's all good, but that's not what we're here for. But typically it's good to talk about that, though.
Yeah, it's good to talk about it, because some people aren't aware. Some people, they just, kind of go with the flow, don't question anything. I mean, but yeah, it's good to plant seeds.
It is. It's good to plant seeds. I tell people, if you ever had surgery, they got your DNA. Stop crying. Stop acting like you don't know. You ever been to the doctor? You're done. You're cataloged. So people say, oh, I'm hiding. No, you're not hiding. They ever cut you? They know they have it all. Because to cut and put you in surgery, you gotta get some fluids from somewhere, so they gotta break it down. So there's a panel of your DNA somewhere.
What do they do with it?
Well, they have to utilize it's just your medical footprint. It's not really, and who knows what they're doing with it, but you have to have a medical footprint. Let's say you get sick or something, it's like with your blood type. Then your blood type has genetic markers. Those genetic markers match you to whatever you would need for the fluidity in your body, For the organs, and when people need transplantation, there's a breakdown for that in DNA. All of that has to be studied so you can get that match.
Yeah.
They can't fix you if they don't know how to put the right stuff in you. So you got to break down those markers and those different DNA patterns so they know.
Yeah.
We live in a society that they all know. But the process is, how do you function in that? No. You have to function in your greatness, and you can't, like you said, eat terrible and function at a high level.
Yeah, you can't eat terribly. You can't breathe shallowly. You can't not move, meaning physical activity. It don't even have to be lifting weights or cardio, just going out for a walk. You know what I mean? You know, you can't, you know, we have to take care of ourselves. You have to take care of yourself. And a lot of times that's the last thing we do.
Yes.
Take care of other people, whether if we are accommodating how someone else might feel. So we don't say or do something. And so we take that hit. We don't do any self-care. We don't do any quality time for ourselves. We don't do introspection. We don't just, you know, sit quietly. You know, like 2020, I met myself in different ways for the first time. I introduced myself to a different part of myself in you know, in certain ways. And I think, like you said, when you always ripping and running, you can't hear the greatness. You can't hear or tap into the creativity. So it just kind of goes and comes. I don't really think it goes, but I think it, you know, goes on the back burner.
Yeah.
Goes on the back burner, out of the forefront of your mind, and kind of gets lost temporarily or forgotten about temporarily. And we got to get back to that.
Especially Black people. We're the most creative beings on earth. Everyone knows but us. And
everyone knows but us.
Everyone knows but us.
Including our history.
Including our history.
Everyone else knows our history and our greatness except
but us.
Is that crazy?
But us. It is, and that is the biggest issue. When you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you came. You got to find out. If someone tells you you're a dog and you know you're a king, you're not listening to that.
You're not offended either.
But because you don't know you're a king, you can contemplate being a dog. And then the dog becomes the thug. And then the thug becomes the jail, the person in jail. This is how we've come to this, because of lack of knowledge of self-care, self-knowledge, self-actualization. We got to get it. Creativities from within self. It's Black people all day, but we give it to everybody else. We got to look at this. We got to change. And it's not like someone else won't benefit, but you have to know your worth so you can leverage the benefit.
A lot of women don't know their worth.
That's it.
Women that I work with
don't have a clue, right?
They don't have a clue. A lot of the Black women that I work with, I gotta lift their chin up. Like today, I had a client had lift her chin up. And it's like, you know, a lot of times, how do I word? A lot of times, you know, us women, we hold our head down and we feel a certain kind of way, other than great, over something that is teaching us a lesson, but we shouldn't internalize it and let that lesson, look at that lesson as a reflection of ourselves. It's a reflection of the lesson. It's a reflection of the other person bringing the lesson. It's a reflection of the trigger that the lesson has caused, but it is not a reflection of our greatness or lack of. And a lot of women internalize, and they're like, oh, well, if I'm being treated like this, or if this is happening, Black women go off in a minute. If you get short 10 cents by the cashier, or you think somebody cutting in line, or you think somebody slighting you,
we're gonna take care of that.
And that's that.
We don't play that.
Right. You know, and it's like, no, that's not a reflection of you.
It isn't.
Let it go.
Let it go. I've learned that, sis. But you know what? A lot of times it's from being attacked.
Absolutely.
The normality of how we function comes from a desperate place. We're
Absolutely.
always trying to be, we always been attacked. So we always fighting for that platform, that place where we have respect.
We're always being attacked by all directions.
All directions, yeah.
Even our own, right?
Mm-hmm.
I recently heard that shame, what is it? Shame, we shame people.
Yep.
We make people feel guilty.
Mm.
We insult.
Yes.
And we have the need to be right.
Say it again.
Black women.
Black women.
Shame, guilt, insult, and the need to be right.
We got to write that down, sis. That's for the WBW right there.
And I was like, whoa, I can relate many times.
You said shame, insult.
Yeah, we shame people. Like you know, we shame people. We make them feel guilty.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be right. And sometimes we're insulting.
Not all that's negative.
All of this is negative, but this is to your point that we're so used to being attacked and defended, and that this is I believe, our attempt.
That's our mechanisms. Yep.
To prop ourselves up, but that's not the way to prop yourself up. That's just it's a reflection of your lower self.
Woo!
We want a reflection of our higher self.
All day.
And how do we do that? Awareness. Mm-hmm. Breath. Not internalizing the lessons that are being put before us. If we take our time and we are aware, if we take our time and we breathe and we realize, okay, no, he didn't, because you know we're gonna have some kind of internal dialogue, even if we don't say it right. Like, oh my God, no, he didn't. Oh my God, no, she didn't. Well, that's a reflection of them. Even if they're trying to get back at us for something, that is a reflection of them. Right? Mm-hmm. What would your higher self do?
Yes. We got to tap into her.
A lot of us are so quick to go into our lower nature because we're in survival mode. That's what happens when you go into
live in that lower nature. Absolutely.
2020 has thrown so many people into survival mode. Now, Black women have always, I think,
we live in that.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So it's even further. You know what I mean? It's
by circumstance. Circumstance make it more, and more present. But we live in that. So, but that is only Black women can say that to Black women though. And so I love you saying that because you're one. And some white woman told me, I'm like, listen, sis, yeah. You don't know nothing about this. But to hear these things from Black women, we walk the same path. And we as Black women must find our higher self. It's not in a weave store. It's not at the nail factory.
It's not in Snickers.
It's not, say it again. It's not in Snickers.
I used to love Snickers. That's why I said that. You know, I thought
the sneakerhead thing is out of control. Yeah. It is not in the outside. It's inside. You got to bring it out. We keep dressing this up. And even people work out. Oh, girl, I want to look good in my clothes. But let me tell you what looks good is that shine from working out. Yes, you're going to look good because your body's going to conform. But the shine that comes from inside, shorty, that light.
That's the beauty.
That thing is beautiful. Yeah. And we got to work on that.
It's hard.
It's hard.
There are people that don't want to heal.
Ooh, you better not make me get up and clap. They don't want to heal, girl.
There are a lot of people that don't want to heal because
they love it.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
Again, we're set in our ways, right? And even though we know it doesn't serve us, we recognize it and we're comfortable with it.
Comfortable.
We know that it's not good for us, but it's comfortable.
It's comfortable.
And I'd rather be comfortable and negative, right?
Right? Why not?
So there's that. Then there's also I'm scared. I don't know what to do. There's also yeah, I want to try this, but there's so many reasons why people don't want to heal.
It is.
But it's very painful. It's not, I don't know where a lot of people get this, running through a field of lilies is your definition of healing. That's not my experience. My experience is not that.
Ain't no lilies in the hood. So I don't want to hear nothing but no running through no damn lilies. You better sit on the couch. You better eat better. You better access people who you are the dumbest in the room. You better learn something. I'm telling you, you got to change your space. I said it earlier. When you're uncomfortable, that's where the growth is at.
Yeah.
That's what changed my life, is putting myself in places where I was virtually uncomfortable. I felt I shouldn't be there. I felt I wasn't smart enough. And I still do that. I want to power up around women who are smarter than me. Because I learned from them. We got to do better. Everybody want to keep it real. What the hell is keeping it real? All y'all dumb. Everybody dumb who keeping it real together. But we've been on here an hour, just we really chopped this one up. This is straight chop up right here.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. 2021 is here. I don't know, about 7 days away, 10 days away. We're close. What is your 5 principles for 2021? What are you doing in your life? Not business, because we're going after that. What are you doing as almost like a resolution, but like principles for what you're going to do next? What are you moving towards? How are you going to be?
I'm going to lead with love and compassion. I am going to be more strategic and efficient. And I am going to also show up as my better version, if you will, that I so desperately want the women I help to do.
I say ditto. You done thought it all out. I'm just gonna ditto.
No, I didn't think it all out. Like that's just what popped into my head.
But what you said was so powerful because it made you hold that voice. You cradled it. You don't even know. You went with both hands. Real talk. And it's just that, and I know that came from inside. Like you really felt that.
Yeah.
Because being my higher self is so important. And showing up and being consistent about that and intentional. And just being a vessel of love.
Yeah.
It's really all I need for 2021. Everything else will fall into place, sis. Everything else will fall into place. I think all of our ancillary initiatives in life starts with what we present to be and what we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're in a place where you're building, growing, cultivating, giving unselfishly, everything around you blooms towards that. Yep. You get what I'm saying? So I say ditto. Well, I was, which is I say ditto, and and I put my little spin on it because you're you and I'm me. But that's why I just really appreciate you. I want to say before we end this, is how much I appreciate you.
Aww.
How much I love you. You're so great. You're so special. You've opened yourself up to me. You always want to help. you've just been a resource, and I just want the people to know, we're the Fit Twins, but you to go here. You're
Thank,
wonderful,
thank,
and this thing that we're going to do, trying to bring Black women towards a better place when it comes to health and tools, is coming through you, and I am so blessed to be able to partner with you and bring this to people.
oh, thank
Your
you.
twin is the best thing ever.
Thank,
I just want you to know that.
thank you. Well, I appreciate you creating this platform and, you know, just going through the streets of Baltimore and just allowing, people from all walks of life to sit and for you to discuss and even pull out gems from them so that the Black community can benefit from. I mean, you're intelligent, you're funny, I think you are extremely valuable to Black communities, not even just Baltimore, but just like whoever can get a hold of your website, listen to some of your content, would definitely benefit. So I want you to keep going. I want you to do those monthly newsletters so you won't get
Tomorrow, y'all. The box out is coming tomorrow. I did it, D. The box out
good.
tomorrow.
Good. Just keep doing Black Box Radio. I'm always be here for you.
Yeah, and same here. And 2021 is going to do some great things for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But
And
it starts with love, huh?
congratulations on being a grant recipient.
Oh, well,
You
thank you.
wanna tell the people?
You know what grant I got. Who told you about that?
You did.
I did. Oh, I sure did. Sure did.
I'm telling your business.
I know you're telling my business. Well, I'm so like you said, I'm so private. But yeah, I've Black Box Radio has been recognized, well, not recognized, but we entered into the Elevation Award, and we are an awardee for 2021. Yeah, it's a blessing. We're starting a project that was sewing to children in Baltimore, to opportunity youth, we want to say, not children, but opportunity youth, to try to give them better outcomes. And that's what we're here to do, is to build. And this is definitely a vehicle for that. And I appreciate it, and I'm glad that I've been blessed with it. And I'm going to do my best,
As always,
to bring it to the people. So we're going to do some last will and testaments, because this is 2020 and it's about to be boxed up. So we're going to say our last will. What's yours?
Hmm.
Or since you went first, you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first because I don't want you saying ditto.
Because I was going to say ditto. Last will and testament. I always ask people this and I never say one. But I'm pouring my aqua. I'm on my second cup. What you doing over there with that? Looking good, looking good. So my last will and testament is, you know what? I wanna lead with love. I want to provide opportunity for Black people in a way that they can express themselves. I want to authentically tell the stories of Black people that comes from authentic lens of being Black. But I also want to be a good citizen, a good sister, a good child to my parent. I want to do so many things. But I think that the world and Baltimore needs consistency, needs presence. And when it comes to the community, I want to be a part of that, because I can't be that. It's so many layers of the Black community. But I want to be a resource for Black people that they don't normally have. And next year is a way that I would love to build that. And as a person, I just want to keep giving. I think my life is service, and I'm going to continue serving. and loving and giving. And as long as I stay in that place, growth is imminent.
Beautiful. Ditto. No. What I would, this actually holds true, and it addresses what you said. I was going to say this if I was going to go first, and that is to know, love, and grow thyself. Because if you do those things, everything else will fall into place. If you continue to neglect, mistreat, and hate yourself, you really cannot show up in a way that will actually help anyone else, especially you. So if you know, love, and grow thyself, anything is possible in your most highest self. So I've noticed that when I neglect myself and I just give to everybody, give, and then it's like 10 o'clock and I pass out. I can't even like take a bath or a shower. And I get up and I do the same thing. I give, and I neglect myself. And when I'm trying to accomplish a goal, it's almost like the goal is running away. It's almost like I can't, like, hold on, come back here.
Can't catch up.
And then when I stop, take a breath, and really just focus inward, I can literally sit there and everything will come to me. If I know myself, grow myself, and love myself. And I've never said this before out loud. I've never even thought it. It just completely came to me. It's almost like a download. I get downloads, I get messages.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of a messenger. But
it is.
Yeah.
It's that thing there.
If you do those three things, not only will you be operating in your most greatness, higher self, but people will start to see it and feel it, and it becomes contagious.
Yes.
It becomes contagious. When you operate in your higher self, it becomes contagious. You know, when I see someone, like I have, you know, we all have certain areas we're trying to work on. And one of the areas for me is patience. Sometimes I don't have a lot of patience. And then when I see someone with patience in a situation that I've been in where I did not have it, you know, I'm like, wow, that was beautiful. Wow, that was inspiring. I need to work on my patience because it wasn't that serious. I could have been patient. You know what I mean?
All day.
So, yeah. Grow. So is it know thyself, love thyself, grow thyself.
Prophetic. Yeah. Love it. I'm telling you that is it. Ooh. Love thyself, grow thyself, and what else?
Love thyself.
Yeah, love thyself, grow thyself.
Know thyself.
Know thyself. That's right.
We don't know. Some of us don't know who we are. We think. So we're more married to the illusion of who we think we need to be for these other people.
Yes.
Whether if it's for acceptance, really that's all there is, right?
That's all it really is. Yeah.
So we gotta live in the shadow of the illusion for other people. So we are disconnected, a lot of us, from ourselves. Sometimes people are like, oh, what you want? And I'm like, damn, I don't even know. I'm so used to getting this for this one or getting this one. So I just usually get this flavor. But dad, what flavor do I really want? What color do I really want to wear? I don't know. We don't know.
I don't know.
So we need to know ourselves. And then once we know who we are, we need to love it. We need to love ourselves. Right? In steps. Know it, love it, and now you love it, now you can grow it.
Yes. Love that. You see what that last will and testament do? It bring out some jewels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. So I wonder if we're going to hear from Charlie G. Forte, because he's been on every Zoom. So are we going to hear a last will and testament from him?
Is he going to come on the camera and unmute himself?
And say something? I mean, I wonder if that's going to happen.
No last will and testament, but I will let everyone know that if you've enjoyed this conversation, you should visit blackboxradio.com. That's BLAKBOXXRADIO.com. and make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss anything that comes out. Also, another cool trick, once you go to the website, if you want to binge all of the FiTT, all the health and wellness content that we've done, just click the little green tab above the post and you'll see all of the FiTT episodes.
Exactly.
So make sure you check it out, and everyone, I hope you are staying safe and enjoying your time.
Yay.
Yay. Listen, let's get a little business in. I want you to visit FiTTriWellness.com. That's TWiNS joint, right? Am I right?
That's right. FiTTriWellness.com.
FiTTriWellness, and visit that blackboxradio.com. We got some jewels on there. So, family, we want to say have a blessed holiday. Happy New Year. And we're going to see you in 2021. Right, D?
2021.
We boxed out. Peace.
Hey.